Okay. Welcome to the call again. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. Excited to be with you this evening. We're going to have some fun. Tonight's topic is how to get started right with Teamzy to become a Power Hour boss. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you through the flow of Teamzy, how to set it up, how to do a Power Hour, how easy it is to just let Teamzy kind of lead you through the process. You'll know exactly what to do to get to your goals in your business. You'll know exactly who to connect with. We'll show you how exactly what you can say, and then how to follow up like a pro. I'll take you through the whole process from start to finish, from the hello to completing the sale in Teamzy. At the end, we'll do Q&A, so you can put questions in. You'll see the Q&As there. You can start adding questions at any time. I'll answer them all at the end. Okay, sound good? All right, let's do it. Let's see, I've got a real short slideshow, and then we'll jump right into Teamzy. So this is the topic again, get started right with Teamzy and become a Power Hour boss. So for those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Eric Johnson, creator of Teamzy. My background is business coaching and consulting. I've been helping people build their business by relationship for the past 16 years. And I actually fell into direct sales by accident. It's not my original industry. I found some products that really helped me, and I got excited about them. And I started sharing them just out of enthusiasm as a customer. Then I finally took a look at that business opportunity and thought, wow, this is a really great opportunity. I think I might want to do this on the side. The challenge that I had was that I just didn't have a lot of time. I know probably a lot of you can relate to that. I didn't have much time. When I looked at my calendar, I thought maybe I might have an hour a day to work on my business. But truthfully, I knew that was enough time. If I could find ways to be efficient with my time so I could leverage it, I knew I could do it in an hour a day. So I started looking for tools that would help me do that, right? That would help me work my business in an efficient way. And I started looking around to see if there was any software or any types of tools that could help me. So this is what I was looking for. I needed a system that would allow me in just 1 hour a day to stay in touch with all of my contacts, all of them. I wanted to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, I wanted a system that just said, hey, Eric, dummy, just these are the people I want you to talk to today, right? I wanted to know what to say to them so I could start conversations easily and efficiently without staring at my screen all day, stuck in analysis paralysis, wondering, oh my gosh, how am I going to start this conversation? And I wanted a way to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever fell through the cracks. And I figured this has got to be easy to find, right? I mean, we're a big industry. There's a lot of people doing it. And also there was one more thing. There was one more thing that was super important. It had to be easy to use. I'm really not a techie. I know everyone thinks you're the Teamzy guy. Yeah, you should see it. I sketched it in a notebook. I don't know how software works. I just like to use it. Okay. So it had to be easy to use. And you guys know the story. There was nothing out there. A lot of you are here because you've been looking for something like this. So since there was nothing, I couldn't find anything. I found some really smart guys and we built it. Okay. So we built it. That's how Teamzy kind of came into being. We've been in business now just 3.5 years. And in that time, we've had over 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is humbling and mind-blowing, honestly, you guys. I mean, we're not backed by any big venture capital or anything. We started this business with a $200 Facebook ad, and it's just kind of taken off, people like you sharing it and loving it. And our active users, people using Teamzy actively right now, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. So not too bad. Okay. So a little bit about Teamzy. Let's jump out of this real quick. And let's actually get into Teamzy and show you guys how this works. Okay, so first off, if you're not already using it, you go to teamzy.com and you can start a free trial for 30 days. Okay, teamzy.com, super easy to find. There's a big button that says start trial. We won't ask you for your credit card information or anything weird. We just want you to try it and love it, okay? So go get your free trial started. When you first log into that free trial, you're going to come to this page. This is the first page, this setup wizard. Again, this is to make this so easy that anyone can do it, okay? The setup wizard will walk you through the process of setting up your Teamzy. The first main thing we're going to do in the setup wizard is we're going to set an income goal. We're going to set an income goal. How much money would you like to be earning a year from now? And what's your number? So my number was 150,000. You can see it's already set to that. And this is just a little slider. You can go up higher if you want. You can go down lower if you want. Now notice as I move this slider, the activities I'm required to do each day to hit that goal changes. That's because Teamzy knows what it takes to get to the goal you set. So if I set my goal for 150, I can be confident that if I do my daily action steps, which are connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors each day, 19 people, that I'll hit my goal in a year. How cool is that? Do you have a game plan now that's going to lead you to your goal? Now you do. You got Teamzy. So hit continue. We'll go to the next step. The next step is getting all your contacts into Teamzy. You want to have everybody in here in one place so you're organized. No more chasing pads of paper or sticky notes, trying to find contacts in a spreadsheet you haven't seen in 3 years, right? You go to open that spreadsheet, it's corrupted. It won't even open. True story, that's happened to me. Everything will be in Teamzy, all in one place, organized. Your back office contacts, your phone contacts, your Facebook friends, everybody's going to be in Teamzy. Teamzy's always there. It's in your phone. It's in your computer. It's in your friend's phone. Because it's cloud-based, you can always get to Teamzy. So you never have to write stuff down on the backs of napkins anymore, okay? All right, so we're going to get everything in there. And then once we've got all of our contacts into Teamzy, we're pretty much ready to get started. See, it's pretty easy. If you run into any trouble in those stages, I just want you to go over to the Help Center right here on the left side, and you'll find videos and FAQs and everything on how to do everything, okay? If you're the kind of person that would rather have a human being help you, you can ask for help. You click the little help button down here. You can even request a one-on-one Zoom walkthrough. Somebody will set up your account with you live one-on-one. Okay, so now we've got everything together, put in here. There's one more step for setup that I want to show you, and then we're ready to really get rocking with Teamzy. Okay, so just real quick, I want you to notice down here when you look at my list, you'll see there's a little number next to each person's name. I'm going to jump over to the team page where the full list lives so you can see this. So on this page, you see I've got all my contacts here. This is the team page. This is like the full CRM in Teamzy. You'll notice that each person has the number next to their name. And that number represents their star rating, right? So we rate everybody on a 5-star scale, just as if you were rating a pizza or a hotel room, okay? In fact, from here, I can turn on rank mode so we can see everybody's rating all at once. And so this is an important step for Teamzy. I'm showing it to you guys because without this, you're not going to get the same results. So we give everybody on our list a rating. Okay, now let me tell you what these ratings mean really quick so you understand why we do this. A 5-star rating is somebody that's most likely, in your opinion, to become a customer or distributor, or they're already an existing customer or distributor that's a rock star. Okay, 5-star people are your best friends, your closest family members. They show up on your list. You get a reminder to say hello to them, just to connect, every 30 days. They come up automatically every 30 days. You don't have to set a follow-up or anything. They just come up automatically. All the 5-star people will come up every 30 days. 4-star people, that's somebody that you feel is likely to become a customer or distributor with a little bit of nurturing. These are the solid performers on your team or in your customer base. These are your friends and family, just not your closest inner circle. 4-star people, they come up automatically just to connect. You'll get a reminder every 60 days, every 60 days. So 5 stars is every 30 days, 4 stars is every 60 days. 3-star people, they could go either way. In fact, 90% of your list will probably be 3-star people. You don't know yet until you start connecting with them, whether they're interested or not. Those 3-star people will show up every 90 days on your list. So you see the more stars somebody has, the more often they cycle through, okay? Also, the more stars, they show up first. So when you go through this process, when you're ready to start, Teamzy is going to give you your 5-star people to connect with first, then your 4-star people, okay? Then your 3-star people. And as you're working through your 3 stars, 30 days go by, your 5 stars come back again. This cycles it through so that you spend more time with the people who trust you the most, okay? The people that you'll get the most results from right away. Does this make sense? Okay, so 2 stars is even colder. That's every 120 days. Does this make sense? More stars, more often. Now, the way you do it is you just scroll down this list and you just click on somebody if you want to rank them. You can just click on it to change their rank. Okay, super easy. Now, if you've got a lot of people in Teamzy, I don't want you to be overwhelmed by this task. You don't actually have to rank everybody, since most of your list, probably 90%, will remain at 3 stars, and that's where they come in as by default. You only need to cherry pick the top 10% of your list. You just scroll down, and when you see somebody you like, you give them the 5-star rating or the 4-star rating, okay? And you just skip everybody else and leave them at 3. So you're just going to scan your list and look for your best people just to get started. Does this make sense? Okay, so don't skip that step. If you skip the ranking, you might be connecting with people in Teamzy for weeks before you get to anybody who even knows who you are. You're not going to get as good a results. Make sense? Okay. So once that's done, we're now ready to get going. So let's do a power hour. Let me just take you a quick tour through the dashboard here. A couple things. We've added all of our contacts in as bulk contacts, but you can add individual people as you go by clicking this little button right here. Add contact. You can just add in a person. Again, if you later want to do a bulk contact, then from there you just click on this bulk contacts. Okay. All right. There's a lookup bar here if you need to look anybody up that's not on your dashboard. That'll bring you to their contact record, so you could log something with them. Now, the today's activities section right here, these are the goals that we just set and set up. So these are my daily goals. I need to do these 5 days a week to hit my goal in a year. I need to connect with 9 of my prospects, 6 of my customers, and 4 of my distributors. You notice that there's zeros because I haven't done anything yet. Okay. This is kind of my daily scoreboard. Now, when I say connect, I just mean connect. I don't mean cold invite, try to get them into my business, try to sell them something, right? Send them a message like I just got, which is, I just got a message from somebody that just now, right before the call, that says, we're going live to talk about an amazing business opportunity. Would you like an invite to the event? Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about connecting with people to say hello and make their day. Okay. I call it the make someone's day mindset. That's where I want you to live. Just in the make someone's day mindset, we're just going to start a conversation to make someone's day. And I'll explain where we go from there in a minute. This fourth goal here is invites. My goal is 3 a day. An invite is where I'm actually inviting somebody to join my team, or I'm inviting somebody to become my customer. Okay. So my goal is to do that 3 times a day based on interest that I uncovered during my 19 conversations I'm having with people. And then I've got a final goal here, which is ads. That's just adding new people to Teamzy every day. Meeting new people, adding them to Teamzy. Okay. All right. So those are my daily activities that I'm trying to do every day. Now let's go ahead and do a power hour. See this section right here in the center of my screen where it says power hour? This is we call this the power hour module. It makes it super easy to work this business efficiently. You should be able to easily get your DMO or your income producing activities or whatever you like to call them done in less than an hour a day with Teamzy. Okay, less than an hour. That's what it was built. That's 100% what it was designed to do for you. Most of you can do it in much less than an hour once you've used Teamzy for a week or 2. So this section has 2 halves. The first half are my lists: prospects, customers, distributors, and my follow-ups. Okay, there's 4 lists. Each list only gives me 5 names at a time. That's on purpose. That's to keep me focused and from getting overwhelmed. Okay, remember, everybody's in Teamzy on the team page, or I can look them up, but this is just to focus me for my power hour. The right-hand side is where I log the conversation I'm having with them so that I have it tracked as I go. Make sense? Okay, so let me show you how this works. We're gonna actually do a little mini power hour together. The first person on my prospects list, always start with prospects, work from left to right. The first person on my prospects list is Jay Lisa Swain. So I'm going to message Jay. Now, this is where I used to get stuck. What in the world will I say to her? Does anybody get stuck with that? I mean, how do I start this conversation without feeling awkward? So I used to struggle with this and spend a lot of time thinking about it. And what I found was using a very simple icebreaker script gets great results, and it saves me a ton of time. So what I want you to do is just go to scripts. See right here where it says scripts? Click on that. And just get one of my scripts. These have been tested and tried over the years, and they work great. So I'm going to get one for Facebook because I'm going to message her on Facebook. So I'll just pick the first one on the list. It's called Connect Number 1. Here's how it reads if you haven't seen these before. It says, "Hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome." Super simple. Okay, so I'm going to click on Copy Script. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just paste it in Teamzy so I can edit it before I send it. So I want to make sure that I have the right name. I'm going to add a couple of emoticons. You know, you might not like it the way it's worded. I had somebody tell me the other day, I would never say awesome. Great. So change it to great. Whatever you want to do. I love the word awesome. I think awesome is awesome. It's awesomely awesome. What do you guys think? Okay. So now I've got it the way I want it. I've got the right name, a couple of emoticons. I'm feeling good about it. So now I'm going to actually go send this in Facebook. Again, however you want to connect with somebody, Facebook Messenger, text message, Instagram, whatever. I like Facebook Messenger because the response rate is really, really good. So look, here's Facebook in a separate tab. I'm just going to look her up. There she is. And we'll send her this message. Okay, there it is. Send. Do you guys see how easy that was? So Teamzy helped me with who to talk to. It told me what I could say, and I used it. Now I'm just going to log it in Teamzy so it's tracked. So that was a Facebook message. You click on the blue button that says Log Connect. Okay, now when I click this, watch what happens to Jay on the list. She's gone. The list slid up one person, Jay's gone. And I've got 1 done, 8 left. So where did Jay go to? She disappeared into the Teamzy flow. She'll come back in 30 days. Okay. Now, of course, I'm hoping she'll respond and we'll have a conversation. But if she doesn't respond, we don't have a conversation. In 30 days, I'll get reminded to reach out again. So Tracy's the next person up. I'm just going to use that same script for efficiency's sake. It was still on my clipboard, so I just pasted it in and changed the name. It's all set, ready to go. Do you guys see how quick and easy that was? Now I'd do the same thing. I'd copy this, toggle over to Facebook, look her up, send her the message, and log it in Teamzy. Okay? And then I would go to Sandy and do the same thing. So my goal now is to work down my prospects list. And even if a name comes up that I'm not super comfortable with, just send the message anyways. It's going to take 2 seconds of your life. Just send the message anyways. It's just to make your day message. There's no threat of rejection involved. Okay? So I'm going to work down my prospects list until I finish whatever my daily goal is. In my case, it was 9. This little blue circle will go all the way blue when I've done all 9. And when that's ready, I will go to the next list, which is customers. Now, real quick on this, if some people respond immediately, I don't want you to run off and have a conversation yet. Get all your outgoing messages sent first so you don't get distracted, okay? It won't take very long. Once you've been using Teamzy for a couple of days, you'll be really fast at this, at least if you don't overthink moments. Just keep going. Next is my customers. I'm going to connect with my customers. First one on my list is Kathy. So again, I'm just going to send her a message. Don't overthink. Just go use a script. So I'll grab a great script here. How about this one? Hi, John. How are you enjoying the product? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Hey, real quick, do me a favor, guys. In the chat, throw up what company you work with. Let me know what company you're with, and I'll show you how easy it is to modify that script. So throw it up in the chat. Whoever's first wins. Monat. Monat was first. You win. Laura, you win. Okay. So hi, John. Oh, her name's Kathy, so get the name right. How are you enjoying your new hair products? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. So easy, right? It's so easy. Pretty easy. Okay, great. So I would do the same thing. I would go send this to her in Facebook or however you want to send the message. Again, I like Facebook, but whatever you use, and then log it in Teamzy. And then you're going to work down your list and connect with all your customers for the day. In my case, it's 6. So whatever 6 customers come up, I'm going to connect with. Maybe I'll just send them something simple like this. Hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Just checking in to see if there's anything I do to make your day. Listen, it's so important. It is so important to connect with your customers. It's so important. You don't have to send the kind of message that's like, Dear Jane, it is the 14th of the month. Your shipment ships on the 16th. Would you like to add anything to your shipment? Like, you can do those, but I would rather just say, hey, Jane, how's everything going? I'm just checking in on you. How are you enjoying your products? Look, here's the thing. They know who you are and what you represent, but by staying in regular contact with them, you unlock a couple of magical things. First off, it's good service. Just being in touch with them is good service, but you need to understand that when you're in regular contact with people, especially customers, when you're in regular contact with customers, they order more product and they retain longer. It's good, right? They order more product and they'll retain longer if you're just in contact with them. So that's why it's so crucial to be in contact with them. Get your whole team on a free trial of Teamzy. Watch how much volume goes up in 1 month just because everyone's in contact with their customers. Now, the second big thing that happens when you're in regular contact with your customers is you get more customers. What's the best place to find a new customer? Do you guys know where the best place to find a new customer is? It's from your current customers. The best place to find a new customer is from a current customer. Think about it. You've got people who are using your products and they love them, right? Do you guys all have somebody like that you're thinking about? They love the products. What do people do when they love products? They talk about them. They share. They tell people about them. This means that you all have customers who are talking about your products right now. They're talking about them right now. Did you know that people make the statistic is that 86% of people make their purchasing decisions based upon the recommendation of a friend? So your customers are telling their friends about your products. Those people are very likely to make that buying decision, but they won't ever do it if you're not in contact with them. So you got to be in regular contact with your customers so that you can get introduced to the people they're talking to. This is how you find new customers. Okay. But it starts with getting into your Teamzy, getting into the habit of staying in regular contact with your customers. Okay. And we make it super easy for you. All right. So when I go down, I'm going to just work down my customer list until I hit today's goal. Again, my circle will turn pink and I go to the next list, which is distributors. So that's my team. And I'm just going to connect with my team again to build personal relationships with them, send them a quick text or a quick message, letting them know I'm proud of them, letting them know I'm here to support them, asking them if I can make their day. Again, I've got scripts in here if you need them. Okay. But we named this Teamzy because its focus is building your team. And your team needs that personal connection with you. So prospects, customers, distributors, that's the first half of the power hour. In my example, my goal was $150,000 a year. That requires me to connect with 19 people. Okay. And if you're using my scripts and doing it the way I showed you, that should take you 15 minutes. Let's be honest. It'll take you 15 minutes to do that. Wow, that's a pretty fast power hour. The second half of the power hour is working your follow-ups list. Okay, it's working your follow-ups list. So let's go there. Oh, there's no follow-up scheduled. There's no follow-up scheduled. How do I get people on my follow-ups list? So this is an important distinction, guys, because a lot of times people use the word follow-up and they just mean connecting, right? Which is what we've been doing up till now, just connecting with our prospects, customers, and distributors. In Teamzy, your follow-ups list is where you put the people you've invited to buy your products or join your business. You're following up on a business lead on your follow-ups list. Okay. And so we put people there after we've invited them to something. So let me just give you an example. Earlier on in my power hour, I messaged my friend Jay. She was the first message we sent. Remember that? So let's pretend that Jay responds to me. That's great to hear from you, Eric. How are you? So now she's responded. Yes. Now my goal is to try to have a conversation with her. I'm just going to try to have a conversation with her. I'm going to ask her some questions, try to engage her in conversation, find out what she's been doing this summer, find out how her family is. I'm going to, make sense? And I'm just going to have a conversation with her that's a normal conversation. I'm not waiting for the shoe to drop to slam her with my business, just having a conversation with her like a normal human being. Okay. And part of that normal conversation will be giving her an update on my life. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what my family's doing. And of course, I'm going to talk to her about work. But what work am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about my business. People are always like, I don't know how to get my business into the conversation. It's a normal part of the conversation. If you didn't have a business, you would easily talk about your work. So what's the big deal? Just talk about your business. And here's how I recommend you do it that makes it so natural is you just tell people what you do and why you're passionate about it. Tell people what you do and why you're passionate about it. Let them know you're on a mission. I'm on a mission to help people. I help them this way. This is the problem that I solve. This is why I had this problem myself and this solved it for me. And now I'm passionate about helping other people solve it. Let them know that. What you do and why you're passionate about it. What's your story? Why are you so excited about your product? Just tell them. Okay. In my case, I lost a bunch of weight. It changed my life. I lost 60 pounds. It changed my life. It changed everything. It changed. I had chronic pains that disappeared. I felt amazing. I had energy. I had enthusiasm. It brought joy into my life. And right at the time I became a father, and I got to impart that joy to my kids because of those products that helped me lose weight. I became so passionate about helping other people do the same thing. That's actually my story. What's yours? Tell people that. Tell people the story. What you do and why you're passionate. It's part of just catching up. It's natural. Okay. And their response, when you tell them what you do and why you're passionate about it, their response will be, wow, that's amazing. Good for you. Okay. Wow, that's amazing. Good for you. And when somebody says that to you, great. Now all you have to do is ask them, would you like to learn more? What do you think? Would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Are you interested in learning more? Do you know anybody else who could benefit from learning about this? you just kind of subtly ask them. You measure their motivation, find out how interested they are. And if they say, yeah, I'd like some more information, now we're going to invite them to come deeper and we're going to put them on our follow-ups list. Does this make sense? So we've had a nice conversation. We've told them about what we do and why we're passionate about it. We're asking them if they'd like to learn more. If they say yes, we're going to put them on our follow-ups list. Let me show you how to do it. So let's say it's Jay and she's not on my dashboard anymore, so I have to look her up. So you just put part of her name in there. She pops up there. That takes you to her record. Okay. I'll open the connect box here. And so I'm talking to Jay, we're messaging back and forth. She's like, wow, that's really cool that you work from home, that you're with your kids. That's so amazing. I'd love to do something like that. I said, if you'd like to learn more, why don't you come to this event we're doing this evening? It's going to be live on Facebook. I can send you the link. She says, that would be great. Send me the link. So we're just talking about this, right? So how do I log this in Teamzy? First, in this connect box, I go down to the bottom left and click on invite. See where it says invite? I'm going to click on that and I'm going to pick what's appropriate. In this case, let's call it event. Right? So I'm inviting her to an event. Great. So now I'm just going to put a note. It's a Facebook live recruiting event. Great. And see right here where there's little yellow calendar toggled. This is my follow-up. So I want to set a follow-up here. I can, it automatically does 2 days just as a safety net, but you can do it any day in the future. I'm going to set it for tomorrow though. And when I'm talking to Jay, by the way, when I send her the link, I'll say, here's the link. I'll follow up tomorrow. See if you have any questions. Always tell people when you'll follow up and then do it. Make sure you do it. Okay. So now I've set the follow up for tomorrow. I've logged this invite. When I click log connect, it's going to now do all that for me. So what happens is, let's say it was Facebook message. Now I log the connect and you can see the follow up is set. I can actually leave myself a note. Follow up on Facebook event. So that kind of jogs my memory tomorrow. Okay. So now let me go to the dashboard and show you what happened. You see there's an invite logged now. So I got one of my 3 invites done. And when I go to my follow-ups list, there's Jay, due tomorrow. There's my note. It's a follow-up on a Facebook event. Cool, isn't it? So easy. Okay, so here's this. So tomorrow when I'm doing my power hour, I connect with my prospects, my customers, my distributors, and I go to follow-ups to see if I have anything due. I'll see that I have one due with Jay. Perfect. So now I'm going to send a follow-up message to Jay. We do this just like a regular Connect script. Let me show you how to do it. Go to scripts and get a follow-up script. Now they're labeled follow-up. So I'm going to take follow-up 1. Here we go. Here's the script. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Simple and easy, right? So copy that script. So we'll do the same thing we did before. We're going to paste it in there. We're going to change the name. If you want to add emoticons or anything, you can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this now and send it to Jay. So I'll look her up on Facebook. Oh, there she is. Great. We'll send her that message. This is the follow-up message. Sent. Okay. Now in Teamzy, I'm going to log this as a follow-up and make sure that you set a new follow-up. So let's say I'm going to follow up now in 2 days for the next follow-up. Great. I'm going to set that next follow-up. The note is it's going to be follow-up number 2. And let's log it. Okay. So now I followed up with her. That's how easy it is. And she's back on my follow-ups list for Friday. Please make sure that you always set a new follow-up when you follow up with somebody. Okay. So she, because she's interested in the business, is on my follow-ups list. She's no longer on my prospects list as long as she's on my follow-ups list. So as I'm having conversations with people and I uncover people who, yes, are interested, I'm going to invite them to something specific and put them on my follow-ups list. After a few weeks of using Teamzy, I'll have 15, 20 people on my follow-ups list. And those are people that I'll be connecting with on a regular basis until they close. When you do your Teamzy Power Hour regularly 5 days a week, you'll always have a full pipeline of interested, qualified people on your follow-ups list that as you follow up with will close every single month. Every single month, you'll be closing new distributors. You'll be closing new customers. Remember, the average results, people actively using Teamzy, is 9 distributors over 90 days and 21 customers. Okay? Make sense? Now, a couple things I want to talk to you about follow-ups real quick. Then we'll do Q&A. The fortune's in the follow-up. We've given you the system that makes doing it easy. Nobody's going to fall through the cracks. It's super easy to do. Everyone can figure this out. I put my scripts in there for the follow-ups. If you're worried about what to say in a follow-up, they're in there, 10 of them, numbered 1 through 10. They're not pushy. They're not salesy. There's a lot of psychology behind them because you guys need to understand something. The fortune is in the follow-up, and 80% of all sales don't happen until you followed up 7 to 10 times. Yeah, I'll say that again. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Hardly anybody follows up that much, which is why we waste so many leads. How many of you guys have ever had somebody that seemed like a great prospect and they seemed interested, and then when you went to follow up, they just wouldn't respond? It was like total crickets. Has that happened to you guys? How about this? How about that? In that scenario, you try to follow up. It feels like you followed up a lot. Maybe you followed up 3 or 4 times. No response. And then, bam, lo and behold, you see on their social media pages, they signed up for your company with somebody else. Jerks, right? But here's what you guys need to understand. 80% of people need you to follow up more before they'll close. They take longer. So I want you to keep them in Teamzy forever on that follow-ups list once they've expressed interest until they say, please stop, or until they convert. But I want you guys to understand something. I know why you're not following up 10 times, because you're afraid of being annoying, right? Is that the reason? Yeah. So I just need to change your thinking, because if you're like me, you've got a little button you can raise your hand. Raise your hand if you believe you're in the business because you want to help people. Like I'm going to change lives through this. Let me see you guys. Okay, perfect. Just about everybody. Let me rephrase this statistic for you. 80% of the people you could help, you won't help unless you follow up 7 to 10 times. 80% of the people you could help, you won't help unless you follow up more. This is why I truly believe if you're here to help people, you need to adopt my philosophy, which is following up as an act of love. Following up as an act of love. It's an act of love. This is how we help people. We follow up. They're just not going to do it unless we follow up more. And so they can't get the help. They can't get the life-changing experience. We have to keep following up if we want to help people. Okay. Now I get it. You don't want to be annoying. So I'm going to teach you real quick how to do it without being annoying so that people will love it and they will thank you for it. Okay. So there's 2 principles for not being annoying when you follow up. Let me teach them to you really quick, and then we'll get to Q&A. The principle number 1 is this. Don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. They don't need to even respond. They don't have to respond. They don't have to call you. They don't have to do anything. Okay? We don't ask them for anything. The second principle is always send a follow-up that's written so they can read it. Can't be a voice message or video or anything. It has to be able to be read, and it has to be short enough they can read the entire message without opening it. Okay, so it has to be short enough they can read it and read the whole thing without opening it. So just think about this. Here's what happens. You're excited, they're excited. You follow up. They get the message. Okay, you followed my 2 rules, so they see the message and they can see it. They see the whole thing in a split second. They read it. Then before they can respond, something's going on. The baby's throwing up on the dog, whatever. They have to go handle life. They put their phone down. They don't think about you again today. Okay? The next day, they're in the middle of making dinner. Their hands are in the chicken. They can't answer their phone. But when it goes, boop, there's a message. They still want to see what it is. And because you follow the rules, they still get the satisfaction of being able to read the message. Now, they can't respond right now, which is fine. Here's the thing. People won't open your messages if they're not going to respond right now, which is why a lot of times, not only will you not get a response, but you're not even getting your messages opened. But here's what I want you to know. They are reading your messages. If you follow these rules, they are reading the messages. If your message is too long and they can't read the whole thing without opening it, that's annoying because they can't read it without opening it. They don't want to open it. Make sense? So follow those two things, and here's what will happen. 80% of the people you talk to won't respond at all. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, it's maddening. Nothing but crickets. And then you start to make up reasons in your mind why they're not responding. Here's what is really happening though. It's just life. And they will respond. You just keep them on the list. Now, it may take a few months. You may have to go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times, but they will respond. And they will, typically the message will be something like this. I'm so sorry I haven't responded to your messages. Thank you so much for staying in touch with me. Now, if you just follow this Teamzy system, you guys, have great conversations, tell people what you do and why you're passionate about them, ask them if they'd like more information, and then invite them and put them on a follow-ups list. What happens is a portion of all the people you talk to go on the follow-ups list. Over time, every month, some of those will close. That's awesome. That's your business building. All the people that aren't going on the follow-ups list are staying in Teamzy, and you're connecting with them over time consistently just to build the relationship. Over time, those relationships warm up, and those opportunities happen where they say, yeah, I am interested in learning more. And then more of those move over to the follow-ups list. This system continually builds on itself. Now you're creating customers. Those customers are bringing new people into your business. They're introducing you to friends and family who you're putting in Teamzy and you're cultivating relationships with, and they go into this system. Okay. And in the meantime, your job on a daily basis is to make people's day. How many people? Depends on what your goal is. How cool is that? Okay, so we've got a little time for questions. If you guys have any questions, I know I gave you a lot. I just wanted to kind of give you the overview of how it works. There's a little question box there. You can add questions. So if you have some, put them in. I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, while you guys are thinking of those, let me give you some action steps really quick. Okay, so here are your action steps. Go to teamzy.com, start your 30-day free trial. Okay, if you've not done that already. It's free for 30 days, as I said. Make sure that your team knows about the free trial too. Get them in the free trial. If you're already in your free trial, make sure you set up a subscription so that you don't miss a beat. Okay, so you can set the subscription up at any time so that when the 30 days is over, you can keep going with Teamzy. Okay, it won't bill you till after your free time's up. The second step is I want you to get a 30-day success partner, or maybe even two people, that you could choose to do the trial with you. Hold each other accountable to doing it. Share your goals with them. And then every single day when you complete your action steps in Teamzy, you're going to get this little, your dashboard, all your circles are filled in. Take a screenshot of your dashboard and message it over to your partner or partners. If you do this, you will get so much out of the trial. It'd probably be the best month of your business. Okay. If you don't bother to get success partners to do the free trial with you or to do the next 30 days with you, you just probably won't use it that much. That's just human nature. Okay. And I want you to get the most out of it. I give you free 30 days because I believe you can create enough momentum in that first free time to get a year subscription to Teamzy. Okay. And then the last action step is this one. I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. A 5-day challenge. I want you to use Teamzy 5 days in a row. 5 days in a row. So if you did a regular week, it'd be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And over the 5 days, I want you to connect with 100 people. That's 20 a day. You can easily do that in 30 minutes a day. Okay. Why do I want you to do this? I want you to do the 5-day challenge because it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. You'll be amazed how much momentum you can create in just 5 days. In fact, you may even be completely overwhelmed with the amount of conversations you're having after 5 days of doing that. I want you to feel this, guys. I want you to understand that if you ever feel like you're stuck or you're not moving in your business or someone on your team does, that you can immediately change that in 5 days using Teamzy. Okay. Now, just a little pro tip. I didn't mention this before, but what I recommend you do, because as you start using Teamzy, you will get a lot of people responding. You'll have a lot of conversations to manage. I recommend you block 2 30-minute blocks of time in your day where you're absolutely doing nothing else but answering messages. Okay. So if you're doing a power hour in the morning, maybe you have a midday or mid-morning time where you're answering messages and an early evening or late evening time where you're answering messages. So you just 2 30-minute blocks, and that's all you do is answer messages during that time so that you can manage. Otherwise, you might just be living on your phone all day long. So that's a little pro tip for you. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. I don't see any questions in the Q&A. So I'm going to say thank you for spending some time with me. You guys have an awesome night. Thank you for being part of our Teamzy family. We're so glad to have you. God bless you. Talk to you soon.